Hey, Shalom. Shalom. All right, first and foremost, before I get started, all right, I want to give all honor and glory and power to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Hakodash. I want to say double honors to our elders, our great apostles, great millstone, GMS, who rule well and teach well, being great example to Israel. All right, man, the elect. I want to say peace and blessings. All right, to the hopefully leg on the four corner, pushing the truth and sincerity. All right, that great song on the burden of bar. All right, just come with this little quick lesson, the early morning stretch. All right, basically back in the news. All right, back in the news, and like I say, I did a lesson, a while back saying it might be Memphis first. Now, the way Memphis is being ran is out of control. You just had 5 polices get shot. Was it this weekend? I think this weekend at a restaurant. 5 polices. All right, and then you just had the mayor come on the news. All right, saying how bad it was, and that they need to do something about it. Now this article, because you got a lot of polices walking out the police force too with itself. So there's a lot of things that's going on. All right, in the streets of Memphis. All right, they have no choice. All right, to bring in outside force. All right, and like I said, just me, tapping into the spirit. It could be Memphis first, man, because the agenda. All right, that Elon Musk. All right, dealing with that supercomputer down to bring in. All right, the AI technology. See, all they gotta do. All right, with the crime that they let just go. All right, they letting these niggas do. Out of all states, Memphis got an open carry law guns. Out of all states. Because you still got certain states that don't have open carry. But here it is in Memphis, it's an open carry. All right? So, this is the article, all right, for the news break. All right? And Lord willing, y'all brothers and sisters be edified. Now, it says FBI director called Memphis homicide capital of the U.S.A. All right? Memphis is the homicide capital. Now, it says, when you go down in the article, right, it says, I didn't know this till my confirmation process, but Memphis, Tennessee is the homicide capital of America. Capital didn't know that. All right? It said pre-capital didn't know that. It says, we have a problem now. You see that? This is the FBI. We have a problem now. It said Cash Paddle told Fox News, we are now addressing it. We are rolling out one of the task force to Tennessee. You see that? He said he finna roll out the task force to Tennessee, man. All right? But guess what is coming? It's coming here to Memphis. All right? Because this is one of the cities with the most crime. All right? So it's finna be a lot of things finna go down, all right, in the streets of Memphis, because remember, you got these fucking YNs, man. All right, they gonna buck the system. All right. So what is they bringing in? They're bringing in, all right, second Ezra, the 15th chapter. My fact, I'm gonna go into that and I get to some more of this article. All right, it's just cite, far sighting, far seeing. All right, as a prudent man perceived the evil and hiding himself. So this is what I'm doing in the spirit, far seeing, all right, the danger that's ahead. Now this is second Esdras, all right, 15:1. It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord. All right, so as a prophet, all right, as a believer, all right, guess what? We supposed to go out and warn the people. All right, we see certain things, certain news articles, grab them, all right, and make it edified to the flock to warn them of the coming danger. All right, just like in this article, they finna roll out the task force on Memphis. So we gotta buckle up, continue to, stay prayed up. All right, but guess what? Prepare your mind, your spirit. All right, for the thing that you're gonna see. You know, because this is really finna be a test. All right, this is really gonna be a test, man. Because if it do start, if it do kick off, all right, then what's your mindset gonna be? You know, where your faith gonna lie then? All right. So it says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Now I'm gonna jump down. It says, Second Ezra 15 and 14. It said, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein," and that woe means destruction, because it was a appointed time that the Most High Yahweh, all right, put into play, all right, His plans, all right, to bring evil on the earth, all right, and He gonna use who? He gonna use the so-called white man through his laws and legislation, as you seeing now that He finna pass. Well, they did, all right, but it's I'm gonna see if they said when it's gonna come. So it said during the appearance on Sunday morning. So it was Sunday morning. So it was yesterday. All right, the director of the FBI called Memphis the homicide capital of America. All right, it was yesterday. Yeah, it said with rave and resolve, I'm fighting to make Memphis matter, showcasing our city potential. It says, with the Trump administration support, we are opposed to tackle crime head on. You see that? With Trump, all right, in the mission of support, all right, it said we are opposed to tackle crime head on. So Trump is involved. All right, so if they really finna lock this thing down, man. All right, they really finna do something. All right, to bring in their order to set their supercomputer down up. And me speaking as a man, all right, all this is good tied to bringing that, because you got this young dude that's fighting against the pollution, all right, that the AIs is pushing off, all right, down there on President Island. You know, what's that man's name? It's a young one. He a young dude too, you know, but he really going against them, all right, basically like putting up a fight for them to do away with the AI, do away with the supercomputer dome. That's his fault, all right. So guess what? They gonna get his ass out the way, all right, and whoever else, all right. But they gotta bring these tensions up, because they gotta have a what? They gotta have a reason. This is a serpent we dealing with. This is the devil we dealing with. So he not just gonna bring the hammer down, all right, because what he knows as the accuser. So he gonna cause the chaos, and after he caused that chaos, he gonna what? He gonna bring in the order. All right, that's how the devil work. This how this devil work, man. So we gotta be prepared for it mentally, spiritually, all right, even to the point that it's emotionally, because the thing that you're gonna see is gonna trigger your faith. All right, it said, for the sword and the destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. All right, why? Because of the lack of bread, the lack of water, the lack of resources. All right, and then you already know when a person can't get or have what they have on a daily basis, all right, and they go months without or weeks without, their mindset is already enraged. So anything that'll tick them off, anything can happen. All right, and this is gonna be the what word I can say, the position, all right, a lot of people gonna be in. All right, but the elect is gonna be what? Shield from that. But it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and evade one another. And this sedition, all right, going to what? This sedition, in the Google. This sedition. It says, conduct or speak enlighten people to rebel against the authority and the state or monarchy. And what you have right now is people what? Going against the government, out there protesting, marching. All right. this hands off protest. All right, that's going on around the world now. So you got a lot of this going on, but this is the perfect time because people mindset already is in a rage. So when you bring all right certain events in, all right, dealing with racial tension is only going to spark more fire, more fuel to the fire. That's all it's going to add. And the so-called white man know this. But as us, as being watchers, meaning the overseers, we can't be ignorant to Satan's devices. All right, we know his plans. So it says, for there shall be sedition among men. All right, we see uproars of the people. It says, and invade one another. They shall not regard their king nor princes. In the course of their action shall stand in their power. So we speaking about a time of trouble, all right, like no other. All right, and in this time, friends gonna fight against friends, cousins against cousins, brothers against brothers, all right, sisters against sister. All right, you're gonna have an all-out, cold-hearted times. You're gonna have a hard, cold-hearted times, man. We enter into. All right, and guess what? They're not gonna regard 911. They're not gonna regard who your brother is or who you know. In that time, that's gonna be off the table. All right, we speaking about what the Lord have put in place. All right, to bring forth evil. Now, this is mercy. His mercy is the prophets telling you and warning you, all right, to get your house in order. All right, that's his mercy. But you don't take heed, then guess what? And you done heard this, you're gonna be partakers, all right, of their destruction. Now it said a man should desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. All right, and the house shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So just imagine, all right, the mindset of the women if the men's already, all right, in the frightened mindset. All right, buckle down, man. Let's continue to fight a good fight of faith. And like I say, they finna do something with Memphis, man, dealing with them calling Memphis the homicide capital. All right, and understand Trump, his administration, they into it together. So let's know, we gonna see. So Lord willing, y'all brothers to edify. Next time, Shalom. Rock. May the Lord continue to bless y'all morning. Yep, come. 2 Ezra 14:16. Yep. For greater evils than those which have seen shall happen here done. So what shall happen shall be done hereafter. That's right. All right. Because we read about the destruction, the Sodom and Gomorrah. We read about, going back in slavery, our ancestors. So we read about those times. But he said even those times ain't gonna top the time, all right, that's coming to America soon on the Jacob trouble. All right, so that's really why we gotta be, on our tippy toes. You know how they say it in the world, walking on eggshells, man. We really gotta be walking on eggshells. All right, because the time is close and the evil is drawing near. So Lord willing, y'all brothers edified. Shalom.